You're listening to DraftKings Network.
Welcome to the Big Suey, presented by DraftKings.
Why are you listening to this show?
The podcast that seems very similar to the other Dan Le Batard podcast.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to apologize for that.
In fact, the only difference seems to be this imaging.
I have been tempted in restaurants just walking past tables to grab somebody's fries that if they're just there. That hasn't happened to you guys?
I've done it.
And now, here's the marching man to nowhere, Fat Face, and the habitual liar.
I have lost you for 2 segments, Greg Cote, because you've been very busy making aluminum foil hats.
Thank you.
You're proud of this latest version of the hat that you have created? It's bigger than the other one.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem worth any of our time and effort. I'm not sure it's a very good hat.
Looks like an upside-down boat.
This does not rise to the level of pride, but I do think it's better than the first attempt because this one fits my head a little bit better, gives me a little coverage, is a little snug. Mm-hmm. You know, I could wear this out in a rainstorm and not really get rained on. So I think
you could collect the rain in there too if you need to.
You like Johnny Cash on Hee Haw. Goddamn.
That's a good reference. I would have thought you were too young for Hee Haw references.
What did he say?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Of course, you didn't have your earphones on.
You had a tinfoil hat on.
You had a hat on.
It's tough putting this hat over headphones.
You're
you
right.
can't do both. I'm only one man.
Yep.
I mean, I can't do it all.
You are indeed only one man. I don't understand your that kind of thing reference. What is happening in my ears now? You're that kind of thing as a slogan.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
When do you use it? Like, when is it an expression?
It's almost always appropriate. It's a place card. It's a segue. It's an affirmation. No matter what somebody says to me, I'll go, yeah, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I'm agreeing with them. I'm giving them affirmation.
It's a throwaway, though.
It's a utility phrase. That's what it is.
It does seem like it's the aluminum of his phrases.
It's the aluminum foil of phrases, and it's got to be said quickly as one word, that kind of thing.
I want to know more about these Family Olympics on the Greg Cote Show featuring Greg Cote.
Yeah,
Chris, can you tell me more about what is happening there? Because you said you have marshmallow expectoration.
Yep.
You have towel folding. I was told here recently, I agreed to this. I assume it will never happen because they also need Stugotz's agreement on this. But I was told that we're doing swimming. I have never in my life had a race where I swim. I don't know the last time I swam. I really don't know. There is no way I will win this. I'm assuming that these Olympics that we're doing here are only meant to get me and Stugotz shirtless, correct? That's the only goal here.
And jumping into a pool of the whole thing. Yes, we are efforting to do it. We are going to do it. And it's going to be later in the Olympics. We're kind of building up to it, Dano.
What do you mean you don't know the last time you swam?
No, raced, like he's saying.
Race.
Oh, a race.
A race,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
And also, I would say the last time I swam, I've been in pools and stuff and done some stuff underwater, but like a stroke of some sort, I legitimately can't remember unless it's underwater swimming. I can't remember what kind of stroke I've ever put together trying to race in a pool.
Cranking up the excuse machine. You just jump in, you jump out. That's it. I mean, we've a lap in once in a while. How about that? Good for you.
Yeah, I don't do very much of that. If I'm in a pool, it's not to weave a lap in once in a while. I don't know how many laps you're doing, but what other Olympics are we doing here, and what other Olympic categories are on the Greg Cote Show featuring Greg Cote?
Swimming is really the only thing we're efforting because it's a whole thing. We were going to do multiple sports, but we're just focusing on swimming. We're going to probably have like a preliminary where like the shipping container, if they want to, anyone that wants to from the show, where we race and then we build up to the main event where Dan and Stu race.
100 free, or what are we doing here?
I'm thinking, that would be there and back. I was thinking that
anybody can do the freestyle
because I want to see the underwater push off the wall thing. I want to see you guys do that too.
You got a butterfly.
Two Americas, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to mean to fit fit the stereotype, but I wish we had any more activities other than aquatics.
What is the rest of the group doing? Like, what are I'd like to know some of the other categories that were in your Olympics.
Yes.
And is this the only thing I'm going to be competing in? Okay.
We were going to do ping pong because a lot of people around here think they're good at ping pong.
Everyone thinks they're good at ping pong.
That's still TBD.
Everybody.
I'm really good.
Right.
I think
I'm
I'm
the
bad.
best.
I
Yeah.
think I'm
Same.
really bad at ping pong. I think everyone would beat me.
I
at that.
know we're fantastic at pickleball. I know that for a fact.
That should be in the
I
Olympics.
want to play pickleball.
No, I would take them.
Do you know that you're great at pickleball, or you just know that Roy's not great at pickleball?
No, I know me and Jessica are the phenomenal team that we are.
Okay.
Champions.
How about that?
I would like to find the video, please, and the audio of Anthony Edwards and his interactions with the table tennis team, because he also believes he is exceptional at table tennis, and you can believe you're exceptional at table tennis, and I will tell you, you're not Olympic exceptional at table tennis. If you think you are Olympic exceptional at table tennis, you clearly have not been watching any Olympic table tennis. None of you would win a single point against any of the people competing at the highest level of Olympic table tennis.
I'd get a point.
Not
I mean,
a
come
point.
on.
Not
Get
a point.
out
Not
of here.
a point.
You have them beating me 21-0?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Get out of
Have you
here.
seen how they hold the paddle when they serve?
They're great.
Scary.
They're talented. I understand that. But a point? You're going to hit a shot out every now and again. No.
No.
I
What?
don't think you could return a table tennis serve. The way they hold I can't even fathom the physics of it.
I return the serve of a professional tennis player.
Anthony Edwards over here.
I mean, come on.
Stugotz, you did with a cigarette.
I did. Right. Even more
I remember
impressive.
that, yeah.
Right.
With
I think
a
I
cig-
did too. I got a racket
It
on.
was after like 50 tries.
With a cigarette, you did return a single serve from a professional tennis player. You did. But you are also someone, and this is criminal in your industry, the lack of expertise in it, who consistently underestimates the excellence of the people playing sports and it consistently overestimates your own excellence when it comes to these things.
I'm just saying a point. I mean, a little slice backhand. I mean, good luck getting that back to me.
It really is absurd in that he does believe these things with the center of his heart. He believes that he can do anything against anyone.
To tie up a loose end and answer your direct question, the 5 events so far in the Greg Cote Show's Father-Son Olympics, in addition to towel folding and marshmallow expectoration, we've had pickleball bounce, we've had nail pounding, and we've had, what was the other one, Christopher?
Staring contest.
Staring contest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so
On a podcast.
Yeah, right.
On Zoom.
Yes, that's right.
What is pickleball bounce?
It's where you take a pickleball paddle and a pickleball and see how many times you can bounce it
Wow.
to at least eye level without missing. And
Did Chris's daughter come up with these games?
well, we didn't want like just any old Olympic event.
Right.
You know, we wanted something that you couldn't see in Paris. Okay, you can see anything else in Paris if you want. You can't see towel folding in the Paris Olympics.
Well, you
So-
can't see it on your podcast either because you bleeped up the recording. So,
Yeah.
that part I found kind of amazing. The fact that an Olympic event has disappeared because you had technical issues. It just vanished. You didn't do it over. You just recorded the result and moved it on.
Right.
Somehow that is. Do you know how hard it is on a podcast to have a worse idea than a staring contest in terms of what it is you're providing to the audience?
That's just it. That's exactly it. Yes.
I hit record and handed my dad the phone. His job was to just hold it there so that they could hear when I was doing the folding.
Well,
Okay,
tell
but-
us more then. How did this towel folding thing play out? Because I'm intrigued. I've been on my share of cruises. I actually have a couple of towel folds in my house
No,
that I
it's
like
not.
to show off.
It's not like the animal. It's not
no,
that.
it's not a judged event.
Right.
There's 3 disheveled towels
Right.
in a pile, and it's a timed event. Who can take the 3 towels, fold them, and stack them neatly?
So no extra points for fancy folds.
No, it's a race to see who can neatly
Right.
fold 3 towels and stack them on
Now
top
you
of each other.
you videoed me doing that,
Right.
so there's a record of me doing it. But when you were folding the towels, that's when there was a malfunction on my part.
Yeah, my dad, he doesn't fold a lot of towels. He was like laying it down on the table. Like me, I'm doing it like you
Yeah.
fold it in half up
Right.
here, 2 folds. Like it's part of my job with laundry is folding
And
the
yet
towels.
you
Why
only
you
beat
won
me
the gold, yeah.
Well, you only beat me by two tenths of a second.
I had some major fumbles, though. I
was just
dropped
about
it.
to ask, who won?
I won.
Who
0.2.
won?
0.2 seconds.
What were the rejected contests?
Well, we're only halfway through the Olympics, so we've got 5 ahead of us.
As you can tell, there's not a great vetting process. It's basically, oh, that's an idea. All right, let's do it.
It's what we agree on.
What are the 5 ahead of us?
We don't know yet. We fly by the seat of our pants.
I love it.
We're going to pull it right out our...
Ooh, flying by the seat of your pants. Sounds like a good event.
That would be a good event.
That expression, does that come from Peter Pan, from something in theater, from something in acrobatics? The flying by the seat of your pants. I don't know where that expression comes from. Before we get to the F1 minute, which I want to get to, Stugotz, I did just want to circle back around on how it is we underestimate how much athletes care about their singular obsessions. Being in a swimming pool as a sport seems super lonely. We've talked to swimmers before, including Michael Phelps, about that loneliness and just as a lifestyle, what it is to try and train to be a tenth of a second faster than the next person. I really can't fathom what it is to be that good at something that you can be 4th best in the world, that you can wait 4 years for something you want to achieve, and that you lose by a tenth of a second when you're spending all 4 years in that loneliness obsessing about how do I get that extra tenth of a second. I can't imagine what the haunting is to finish an arbitrary 4th place instead of an arbitrary 3rd place by a tenth of a second when you have to do what these people do to care the amount that they care to actually get to the top of the world to compete for these things.
Yeah, and then not even have a tin medal waiting for you.
Right.
You know,
because you were 0.4 of a second slower.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
It's got to be the worst sports pain imaginable, right? You train your entire life by yourself. It's a lonely existence. You're training. And someone else in another part of the world is also training, and that person is 1/10 of a second better than you are at swimming. I mean, that's got to be a lonely feeling, a sad feeling.
This is why they say during the opening ceremony for a lot of the athletes, like, this is your moment, because you might not get a moment of glory playing your sport. You might not even make it out of like the first heat to qualify to race in the final or whatever your sport is. And so, like, this is it. You get your little boat ride down the Seine with your flag, and that might be the pinnacle of your Olympics moment because it's so hard to win.
Flying by the seat of your pants, first used around 1935. It referred to pilots flying in heavy fog without their instruments. They learned to tell whether they were flying right side up by pressure against their parachute packs.
Wow.
Basically, I have it as with the seat being the largest point of contact between the pilot and the plane. It was from the seat of his or her pants that the pilot could feel how the airplane was reacting to his or her controls. So it has nothing to do with the actual pants and everything to do with your ass.
Okay.
It's unbelievable. I thought it was Peter Pan. It's Peter Pants.
Happy summer concert season, folks. It's Mike Ryan, and you know how often I go to concerts. You know how often I go to sporting events. I even mix in the occasional Major League Baseball game. Just did that a couple of weeks ago in Chicago. What a great experience that was. And Game Time made that experience so easy because Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball. It makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to the first pitch. With killer last-minute deals, all-in pricing, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, which I love because if for whatever reason you find a lower price out there, Game Time will match it 110%. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets. You get flash deals, zone deals, Game Time ticket coverage too. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code DAN for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code DAN for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
Don Batard.
You don't remember the idea for
I was
a home
probably
run
like,
call?
that kind of thing. Something.
Okay, no. The home run call was that kind of swing, that kind of thing.
Stugotz.
Oh.
It's a good call.
Thank you. And plus, it doesn't matter who's hitting it. Like, you're not tailoring it to a particular
Correct.
name. You know, all that jazz. You know, you don't got to do that. You just
Oh, that would be a
generic
great call.
Up, that kind of swing, that kind of thing.
This is the Don Batard Show with the Stugotz.
because we genuinely do have here two South Florida journalism icons, I want to get Izzy's thoughts and Greg Cote's thoughts on Tua's signing, because it's fairly monumental for the quarterback, for the Dolphins to announce that they have a quarterback they believe in who they're going to pay. It's something, odd as it is to say, that we have not had in this market this century. It's not something that we've known in this market. It's weird. It's a weird thing to say. So we will get to that in a second. But I want to tell everybody here who's been with us in the local hour and has followed our show for 20 years that before football season, we're going to have a few announcements to make that are pretty cool about how it is that we're expanding and how exciting it is after, 3.5 years of doing this away from a mainstream place to now have the paywalls coming to us and saying, hey, can we have your content? And it wouldn't restrict any of the other places you're in. We just want to add to your reach and your growth. And we're gonna have a couple of exciting announcements before football season. But for right now, you can get us every day live on YouTube from 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. You can get us on Max from 11 to noon Eastern. You can get us on the DraftKings network from 11 to 2 Eastern. And also at any point, Roku TV, Samsung TV, Google TV, Xumo Play, the DraftKings network online, and also the full show episodes are all on YouTube by 2 p.m. You're going to have all of that and a couple of other cool places where you can find us as soon as the Olympics are over and right before football season.
I kind of want to mess with my dad here. He was complaining earlier about the way U.S. gymnastics men celebrated the bronze. Do you remember how Belgium celebrated third place of the World Cup?
I don't.
They celebrated it with what was hundreds of thousands of people like joining in like a courtyard area, and then the team, as if they won it, was like making speeches like at a parade. I just love,
like a king speaking to all his people from a balcony. That's how they celebrate.
That is sad.
The video audience can see here. Look at this crowd that gathered for third place.
So sad.
Guys, it was their best ever finish in a World Cup.
Oh my God.
Let them have their fun.
That is look at that.
I mean, come on. That's too much fun. I mean, for third place, it's too much fun.
It's a reason to drink more. Come on.
You know, in fairness, the only thing the Belgians are famous for is the waffle. So I kind of get that they threw a parade for a third place.
Put it on the poll, please, at Batard Show. Juju is the only thing that Belgians are famous for, the waffles.
You know, speaking of Belgium, that's where F1 was this weekend. It's time for
Wow.
our F1 minute.
Look at
Amazing.
that.
Wow. Professional.
Brought to you by Andretti Cadillac. Learn about Andretti's work to join Formula One at AndrettiCadillac.com.
It's the last race before summer break, and Formula One is at Spa for the Belgian Grand Prix. Will Verstappen extend his championship lead? Will Carlos Sainz finally decide where he's driving next year? Will the winner of the race be disqualified hours after it's done? Stay tuned. Verstappen is the fastest at qualifying, but he'll take a 10-pace grid penalty and start from P11. It's lights out, away we go as Charles Leclerc leads the pack. But Hamilton's Mercedes is too fast for his future teammate, and he takes the lead. Hamilton is leading in the race. Front runners are opting for a two-stop strategy, except Russell, who decides to roll the dice and go long on his hard set of tires. Piastri is chasing for a podium spot, but he has a slow pit stop, and his Jackman goes flying. With just 8 laps to go, Piastri chases down Leclerc and has his eyes on the Mercedes. Russell has the lead and hasn't taken a second stop, but his tires might run out of juice. Hamilton is right behind him on fresher tires. Will Mercedes give team orders with Piastri right behind Lewis, or let the lads race? It'll be a battle to the finish for the Mercedes, and Russell crosses the line first. Russell pulls off the improbable one-stopper and wins his second race of the season. It's a Mercedes 1-2 finish. But wait!
Faster.
The FIA would like to have a word. George Russell has been disqualified from the Belgian Grand Prix for driving with his car underweight. I just drooled all over myself. It'll be a Lewis Hamilton win. His second of the season.
Yes.
The king is on top again.
Yes. Jackman went flying. Yes, excellent work.
Shocking
there.
left turn in that F1 minute.
Our first drool
Yes.
to accompany the
Well, not
F1 minute.
first.
Oh, it's not?
First that I couldn't ignore.
I'm on Belgium.com, and it says the thing that Belgium is most famous for is chocolate, not waffles. How
All
about
right.
that?
Put that on the poll as well, Juju. Belgians more famous for chocolate or waffles?
And I would add a third category. One of the best beers in the world is a golden ale from Belgium called Duvel.
Yep.
Duvel.
That's number 3 on Belgium.com. Yes.
It is not.
Yep.
It is not nearly
mean?
as famous as the other two. It is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous thing to say.
It's their list. I mean.
All Greg Cote wanted to do there was show you that he knew a Belgian beer. It's as close to culture as he comes, drinking a beer outside his garage.
It's in my garage refrigerator right now. 4 bottles of Belgium.
With a bunch of Miller Lite.
Yeah. Not as many as last night.
Yeah, it's actually number 4 on Belgium.com. French fries, number 3.
Really?
Yes.
What about Brussels sprouts?
Oh,
Not on there.
yeah, I like that. I like that.
Are they famous? And why would
Brussels?
They're just called sprouts over there.
Yeah, they put mayonnaise on fries in Belgium, which is just wrong on
It's
so
so
many
good.
levels.
No,
So many levels.
it's so good.
Ugh.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Boy, I'm knocking it and never going to try it.
Dan's
I
never
can do
looked
both.
more angry.
What?
The only way to make French fries better is to do that.
Mayo?
Yes.
No.
Oh, my
no.
God.
The way to make French fries the best is with Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue. That is the best.
Mayo.
Yes.
You hate to hear it from me, but mayo. 100%.
No.
You just the only thing a fry wants is a lot of salt. You got to heavily salt the fry, slide it into your maw with nothing on it, no ketchup, no nothing.
You know what we should do? Sorry, Juju. We should remember when you had to stick your hand in the mayonnaise bucket?
Yeah.
We should bring that back and then make you eat French fries out of it.
Let's get this settled with Pablo Torre from Pablo Torre Finds Out because
Who made him the expert on this?
There's just all sorts of blasphemy here. Raw dogging the French fry is the best way to have the French fry. Like that's no good.
A little salt.
A lot of salt.
Yes,
You gotta have a condiment.
No, you don't want a condiment on fries.
Yeah, no condiments on fries. Salt is the biggest condiment you need on there.
It's the measure of a good fry, a great fry, Dan. If you don't need anything to make the fry better, that's a good fry. Like McDonald's, you don't need a single thing.
Zagaki.
Yeah.
Pablo,
That's a lie. That is a lie, Stu. A sweet and sour sauce?
Yeah.
Dip your fries into a sweet and sour sauce? My God.
Oh, yeah.
That is the multicultural America that I've been dreaming of.
So if you get the number 10, the 10-piece nugget, fries, medium Coke, I understand you have the sweet and sour sauce. You might dip a fry in there, and I understand that it's good. I'm just saying it's also good without any single sauce, and that's the measure of a good fry.
the naked fry, man. You guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need
That's how you
something.
watch your figure as well. You pick up all those empty calories, putting out the ketchup and honey mustard.
Oh.
What did Pablo say? Sweet and sour.
Sweet and
Come
sour.
on, man. Get in the gym. Get healthy. Get some abs.
Is a salted fry naked?
Yeah, I think so.
Put that on the poll as well, Juju. Is the salted French fry naked?
It's like pizza. A plain slice determines whether or not pizza is good. If you need to add pepperoni, sausage, meatball, ham, meat lovers, I love a good meat lovers, but if you need to add those things, not a good slice of pizza.
That's fair.
Thank
That's
you.
fair.
What do you mean it's fair to say the French fry's not any good if you put ketchup on it? That's
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Ketchup is the enemy of the French fry.
Of a good French fry.
That's asinine.
Right.
You've never said
An
anything.
enhancer.
You've
Yeah.
never said anything more ridiculous in your life. I almost word association ketchup with French
I
fries.
know.
Like
So
it's-
does most of everybody. It's ridiculous. Ketchup and mayo is worse, but mayo and fries is worse. But ketchup and fries, it's the go-to for so many people. They don't even think before they eat.
How are you so comfortable dismissing the opinions of others when you are totally ignorant on a subject? Like, I've never tried mayonnaise with my French fries. However, it is stupid and
Right.
it can't be good. Like, how is
Here's
it
the
that you're
answer.
so comfortable in that ignorance?
Okay, the answer is that I know very well mayonnaise. I know it very well. I know this. Mayonnaise is great on a turkey sandwich, not as good on a ham sandwich. There are certain facts about eating, about the kitchen, about culinary skills, and so I don't have to try a French fry with mayonnaise to know that it would be a ghastly fit.
You definitely want to let the ham speak for itself, right?
Ham and mustard
Yeah.
are good partners.
No doubt. Yeah.
But not so much ham and mayonnaise for some reason. I can't really explain it, but I know it.
Yeah. Apologize, Dan. I mean,
What's the last time you remember a combination of foods, Greg, that you hadn't tried before that you ended up liking?
Oh, he's not a trier of learning.
Oh, no.
No.
You've ceased. You have given up on learning.
I'm
Don't
very
tell me you haven't.
experimental in the kitchen.
Greg, you as a grown man, we heard that already. From
It's
him.
utensil.
That was from him. He
Right.
said that on air. He was not saying that to just you.
Baby.
Double baby's okay, Dad.
Yeah, damn right it is.
Baby. Triples is
Thank
best.
you. Let's all say it. Baby. Yeah.
Greg did mention, by the way, sliding a fry into your maw recently. Just wanted to flag that as well.
Thank
as a
you.
thing.
He's been using maw as a word comedically since I've known him.
Yeah.
Since he doesn't use mouth. He uses maw more than mouth.
Usually gaping maw.
Yes, but he is right about this. Mustard is reserved for bologna, salami, ham. It is not reserved for turkey. You go mayo with turkey, maybe Thousand Island with roast beef. I mean, it's up to you on roast beef.
I don't agree with anything you guys are saying. Like literally not a syllable.
Mustard likes the pink meats.
Right.
2 words.
That's definitely a Greg Cote saying
Put it
that
on
Chris
the
picked
poll,
up somewhere.
please. Put it on the poll. Mustard likes the big, the pink meats. Well, Cody did do that. A fry likes
The
a
gaping
certain
maws.
amount of salt.
Right. Yes, and turkey loves mayonnaise. They're like this.
Oh, yes.
Louisiana hot sauce, ladies and gentlemen. That shit tastes good on everything.
You're not lying. I mean, Louisiana, there's so many hot sauces now, right? Everybody has one. Louisiana hot sauce is
Sounds like a back in my
some of
day.
the best. Yeah, it could be.
When are we getting our next Back in My Day?
Right after the Olympics.
Yeah.
Olympics?
Yep.
Yeah, of course.
These Olympics?
No, the ones in 4 years. No, we're eventually. Like my friend Stephen King says, everything is eventual.
In a world of slot reels and blackjack deals comes the must-play event of the summer from DraftKings Casino, featuring non-stop action and an all-star cast of games, including A-lister Loki's Luck. This summer's blockbuster is one you won't want to miss. Plus, new players can get $100 instantly in casino credits with just a $1 wager, and all players get a blockbuster bonus every week. Sign up with code DLS and grab your popcorn. It's showtime on DraftKings Casino.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Or in West Virginia, visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 and over. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility and other restrictions apply. New customers only. $1 wager to earn $100 in non-withdrawable casino credits that expire in 168 hours. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/blockbuster.
Don Le Batard.
Sugar daddies. These things, I'm telling you.
I love sugar daddies.
They get stuck in your teeth. Like you can't chew them. They're like impossible to chew. They are impossible to chew.
Every day.
Stugotz.
Yeah,
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Pablo, your obsession with fencing, it inspired a weird Olympic sports draft around here. I believe we have some more assignments now. Tony has canoe slalom and artistic swimming. We'll get to that when Tony gets back. I think Chris and Jess are fighting over beach volleyball. Who ended up wrestling that away? All right, Jessica's going to give us a beach volleyball update in a second. What sport do you have, Greg?
I have equestrian plus the West African nation of Cote d'Ivoire.
Well, that's not one of the...
Okay.
You just drafted a nation.
It doesn't have to do it. I mean,
Well, listen, the Ivory Coast changed its name in 1986 and became a country named in my honor. So if
Well,
you
don't give
think
it all away, Greg.
If you don't think I'm willing to talk up that country and get all behind it once every 4
But I
years,
asked you
you're
which
wrong.
sport you drafted.
Equestrian.
Told you, yeah.
equestrian.
But then you gave me a country.
Yeah,
All the sports
I
from that
do-
thing, right? in
I
case
do
you need it.
more. I do more than I'm asked to do.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my nature.
I want to draft a country. That's not fair.
Well, you got one named Jessica? No, I got one named Cote.
Yep.
So how many back in my days do
Cote.
you have then if you do more than what's asked of you?
I'll have one eventually.
Got it.
You know, I've cataloged them. I've done hundreds. In fact, I got a back in my day book coming out fairly soon, like late August, September, October, somewhere around.
GregCodyBook.com.
Yeah, so we're really excited about that. Yeah, thank you.
Always goes the extra mile, Dan.
Yeah.
I mean, you ask for one thing, he brings you two, except the thing that you want.
Right.
Yeah.
I go the extra kilometer, which is even longer than a mile, in honor of a European Olympics.
Yeah.
Jessica, are you ready to give us a beach volleyball update of some sort?
I am so ready. Have you guys watched any beach volleyball and seen where the stadium is? Because holy crap, it is right in front of the Eiffel Tower, and it is beautiful. And so far, so good for Team USA. But I thought the biggest revelation so far from USA beach volleyball, Chase Budinger, who used to play in the NBA, is now a beach volleyball player in this Olympics.
Wow.
He's 36 years old. He played in the NBA for 7 or 8 seasons. He's 6'7", and he won his first match against France, who's very good. They won, I think, the last 3 international beach volleyball tournaments. So they beat them yesterday. His partner's name is Evans. I can't remember his first name. Miles Evans, I think, something like that.
This is your area of expertise.
I know, and I completely forgot to write down his first name.
Bob Evans.
Bob Evans, exactly. Again, with the waffles.
Like Kid Rock, yeah,
And then
Bob.
Team USA women's beach volleyball. Everyone knows, of course, the legendary Misty May. Where'd my music bed go? Come on. Misty May
Chris
and
Cote.
Carrie Walsh. They're no longer in the Olympics, but we have 2 women's beach volleyball teams that have won their opening matches that are very good. So stay tuned for more. It's still group play. So nothing, no elimination games yet. We're still in it. We're still doing well. And indoor volleyball also is sick. And we lost to China in women's, but they're still very good.
Miles Evans.
I wonder, thank you,
right.
not Bob Evans,
I
Miles
said Miles.
Evans. We also said that the kilometer is longer
Kilometers,
than miles, and I don't think they are. I
Is
think
it shorter?
I think they're shorter.
Yeah, I knew it was one or the other.
Right, had to be.
He's right.
Yep.
He is right about that. Pablo, do you have any fencing updates for us?
I drafted a new sport for this draft, actually, and the sport is diving. And I want to bring this to your attention because maybe on the internet, you guys saw a video of what has been the most viral Olympic diving moment. And I want to play that for you guys if the video team has got enough time for me
The
filibustering.
guy who landed on his back?
So this is...
Spoilers, Dan.
Oh my God.
I've got to tell the audio audience what is happening.
I think they've seen this. It's the guy that does, he jumps off the board, does about 4 or 5 flips, and then backflops into the water.
So this is the Philippines, unfortunately for you, boy. And this is that man going full Amin Al Hassan in a pool. It's been viewed tens of millions of times. At the end of the video, also, if we ever get to it, you can see him just sort of like sadly high-fiving his teammate on the side. The reason I bring this up, though, because it is the most viral Olympic moment, allegedly, what I found out is that this is not from this Olympics, okay? Can we stop making fun of the Philippines? This is the 2015 Southeast Asian Games, and my homeland has been answering for this every Olympics since. In Rio, it wasn't in Rio. They're doing it in Paris. It's not in Paris. It's just that one dude in Singapore 9 years ago. Can we please move on?
I agree with you, Pablo. People need to stop trying to fake everyone into thinking something just happened in these Olympics. That's from years ago. This happened yesterday with Diana Taurasi. A picture of her was going viral with a player from, I think, Japan that was much shorter than her. And I'm pretty sure that picture was from the Tokyo Olympics. But they played Japan yesterday, so it was like going re-viral again. Confusing everyone.
Because no one knows anything about the Olympics, everything is new, and so everything is happening right now. There are a million Olympics and non-Olympics happening in this Olympics, which is cool. I love the Olympics, except it's not the Olympics.
It is delightful the way these things happen now to everybody instead of just me, because I am so scared about what my 80s are going to be like
Dan,
when I'm looking at something that I think is now and they're going to tell me, nope, that was 1989 and it's artificial intelligence.
I was fully convinced that had happened now at 3 straight Olympics, that it was just a different person who just belly flopped
The guy just can't get it right.
It's like Jason Derulo falling up the stairs at the Met Gala. Every freaking year we see it again and people fall for it every time.
Pablo, you are ashamed on behalf of your people?
I'm ashamed on behalf of my people in America who don't have the literacy to know when there's a chyron that says 2015 Southeast Asian Games and think it's still the Olympics. That said, shout out to John Elmerson Fabriga, by the way, that's the other funny part about this. You think that guy made the Olympics, guys? Really? You're like, oh, that guy did that in the Olympics. That screams obscure regional Asian diving championship. It does not say greatest in the world, but I appreciate the credit, I guess, on behalf of my people.
Greg, your equestrian update. You are feeling, do we still have enough music bed there for Greg Cote? This is very cheap music we've gotten.
I love it. It's so dramatic. You know, as the owner of a racehorse, calmly, you can understand why I am excited about equestrian like no other sport at these games. And let me tell you, the sport is being run at the Summer Games' loveliest of locales, the Palace of Versailles, where royalty once reigned, where Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette threw lavish soirees, and where now athlete horses and their riders compete across pristine grounds, breathing with history and elegance. Controversy shook the sport on the eve of the games, however, when British dressage star Charlotte Dujardin, thrice a winner of gold, withdrew in shame from this Olympiad in scandal when a 4-year-old video surfaced of her not landing on her back in a pool, but whipping a horse during a coaching session. And the American equestrian community had earlier been in shock when Jessica Springsteen, yes, Bruce's daughter, was unexpectedly left off Team USA despite helping the U.S. win silver in team jumping in the previous Olympiad. 4 of 6 medal events are yet to be determined in Paris. Gold thus far has only been awarded in individual team eventing, which combines dressage and jumping with cross-country across a grueling 500-meter course of natural and designed obstacles. Germany's Michael Jung won gold aboard his horse Chipmunk, making history as the first 3-time winner in that event. Great Britain won the team gold, with the U.S. yet to medal in the sport this time. However, Team USA has won 11 golds on a horse, tied for 5th most, and 54 overall, second only to Germany. But America has not been golden on 4 legs since 2008. On a personal note, this correspondent's favorite horse, Sir Greg, ridden by Finland's Vera Manninen, regrettably finished 39th of 64 in the individual competition. Reporting to you 9,000 kilometers from Versailles, I'm Greg Comley.
Hey, that was fantastic. I got to give that one.
Expert. I mean, well
Equestrian.
done. Yeah.
Equestrian. And dressage, by the way. A lot of people
Not
say...
done.
A lot of people say, what is dressage? It's French for training, the word training. And dressage is where the horse responds with quiet little particular skills when barely instructed by the rider.
Try and be with the music there because it's going up and down dramatically.
Orchestra.
I heard the horses don't get medals.
They should, though, right? They give them a carrot.
What?
Yeah.
That's it?
Do the horses have to be from the respective countries as well?
I don't think so, but that's a damn good question.
Juju,
I'm gonna report.
That is an excellent question. Yes.
Put those on the poll, Juju, please, at Batard Show. Should the horses in equestrian get the medals instead of the human being?
They should both get.
And do the horses have to be from the country of origin, or can they do what Joel Embiid did?
I have top 5 athletes that connote a horse.
Oh, do you really?
I do, yeah.
All right, Juju, are you updated on your water polo information? Are you ready to go on water polo?
Just as soon as I get these 2 polls consecutively back to back, you just told me to do, smoke marijuana.
All right, we'll filibuster here
Can't
with
do everything. Just one man.
With Stugotz's top 5 athletes who connote horses. OLI or number 5?
Yeah, I have 2 OLIs. Charlie Huff.
That's absurd.
Oh, Greg loves that one
That's
because he came up with it.
It's asinine.
Joe Buck.
OLI, number 5.
Colt McCoy.
Number 4.
Rocky Balboa. The Italian Stallion.
Number 3.
Michael Gallup.
Perfect.
Number 2.
Trot Nixon.
It's a good list.
That's a good one.
Number 1.
Nay Hilario.
He just goes by Nene now.
Boom.
It's a good list.
Thought he was just gonna have like a horse, like Justin Verlander.
Adam Wainwright.
I have two suggestions. 1, Jurgen Klopp.
Oh,
Klopp's good.
Ooh, that's
Klopp.
good.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Klopp.
Clyde Frazier.
Oh, wow.
It's his list.
Yeah. I mean, make one. Go ahead.
Pablo, what is on the latest Pablo Torre finds out that you are here selling us?
Left out Kenny Mayne.
Pablo?
I'm just impressed by this list, honestly. Today's episode is about a 44-year-old state legislator in Ohio who had not pitched for a baseball team, a pro baseball team called the Sioux City Explorers, in 17 years until he got a call one day that he needed to suit up within a period of hours. And this dude, J.D. Schulten, the 44-year-old in question, proceeded to win the game, have the game of his life, is now one of the best starters in this independent minor league in the Midwest. And he's also, again, a sitting state legislator in Iowa who happens to be, I believe, this is my argument, the JD that American politics needs right now. Not JD Vance, JD Schulten, who is anti-monopoly, an actual grassroots politician who says all of the things that we need because he's a guy making $1,400 a month playing minor league baseball and is awesome at it, again, at age 44, after not pitching for this team in 17 years. So please go listen to why this man should be listened to.
Bronco Mendenhall.
Oh, wow.
That's a good one.
That was good.
That's very strong. The idea that Hilario doesn't use Hilario anymore and you could have just gone nay.
I know.
I mean, that's
Connor Stallions.
Yeah.
Connor Stallions. He's got a
I have the
documentary.
Italian Stallion.
Connor Stallions has a documentary coming out on Netflix.
The Italian Stallion was the name of the stripper at my grandma's 50th.
Hold on. I need to hear more about this.
Baby!
Was he actually born in
Out
Italy?
of time.
Yeah, it's too bad.
11-3, USA lost. Water polo.
Hey there, loyal listener. As you know, in listening to this show, we've been around for almost 20 years. It's going to be 20 years in September, and a lot has changed over those years. Not just the cast, but the locations we've been doing it from. We started out in Miami Gardens, went to South Beach, and now we're in downtown Miami. A lot has changed. One thing that hasn't is the great taste of Miller Lite, and the support Miller Lite has had for this show, which I'm very fond of. Another thing that hasn't changed is that it's less filling. So what is the best thing about the original light beer? Miller Lite sparked this debate way back in 1975, and we still haven't settled it. For me, it's the undebatable quality, great taste, and only 96 calories. You don't have to choose what's best. Miller Lite has great taste and is less filling. Tastes like Miller time. To get Miller Lite delivered right to your door, visit MillerLite.com/Dan, or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories per 12 ounces. Fewer calories and carbs than premium regular beer.
For years, you asked yourself, how do I save more money? But now it's, how do I preserve my money? Someone's asking the right questions. And at Sandy Spring Trust, we'll answer them one-on-one. From asset management to legacy and estate planning, you can feel confident in what's to come. What's your next financial destination? Visit sandyspringbank.com/wealth. Wealth and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not guaranteed, and may lose value. Wealth products offered by Sandy Spring Trust, a division of Sandy Spring Bank.